So one of the hobbies I do a lot is called geocaching. And what geocaching is it's basically a global scavenger hunt. People will hide treasures and small things at places and then post the GPS locations online for other people to find. And geocaching.com is the website where everyone posts them. And there's also an app. And I'm using an app today to find one of the geocaches here in my local area. And so I'm using my phone, the GPS, and it tells us that our geocache that we're trying to find today is located approximately in that corner. So let's go see if we can find it and see if other people have found it too.
I think it's quite common to end up in cemeteries when you're geocaching.
It is. So geocaching, one of the things is we call the people that don't geocache, we call them muggles. So it's really common to put geocaches in cemeteries because it's one of the places where you're least likely to be disturbed by people who don't have a clue why you're there. It's really common to see people alone in cemeteries, so it's one of those things, if people do see you, they don't think twice about it and they don't bother you. That's why it's really common to put geocaches at the edges of cemeteries, so you don't have to really bother the graves, but you can still do something without other people bothering you while you're looking for them. So online in the app, it says that the only description says, we're looking for a bison tube. What a bison tube is a very tiny thing that basically only has room for a piece of paper where you write down when you found it. So this might be difficult. Let's see what we can find.
My first thought is it's going to be somewhere in here.
It's a 1.5 difficulty, so yes, it can't be buried.
It can't be buried.
Geocaching.com themselves, that is one of the big rules. You do not bury it, like in the ground.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Oh, okay.
So, that, well above my head is where it is. I am short, but I think maybe, oh no.
Oh, they've got it zip tied.
They've got it zip tied, which means I'm gonna have to just unscrew it, pull it down, and then you're gonna have to screw it back up there.
Here, let me,
yeah.
I can.
All right, so when you find these things, they all have a logbook. This one was literally placed the beginning of this year. This is a very, very new one.
Yep.
It looks like I am the fourth to find. I have never been this close to the beginning of one. This is awesome.
Cool.
So what you do is you find your pen that you've lost. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, there it is. And
you find something to write on.
tree.
Phone.
Phone works too.
My phone.
I did not come prepared. I have a notebook in my geocaching kit in the car. I need to actually use that. That's what I generally use.
Okay.
And you just write down your geocaching name, which mine is Fairy Lynn. And the date. Eddie does not have his own geocaching account, so we just use mine. Most couples, of course, use only a single one.
I'm gonna make up one, it just won't be in the system.
I mean, you can register it, you can do free accounts.
Okay.
I just have a premium one because I was tired of only getting the very, 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 very basic ones and not having access to 90% of them.
Okay, well, I'll see if I can register
for a free one, yeah. And then we'll use my premium one to track them, and then you can still log the ones that you can log. Apparently I'm dying. As usual. And now, you put it back in there, and put it back where you found it. This is a big thing. You always put a geocache back where you found it.
And you also, if you take something out of one that's large enough to have items in it, you replace it with something else so that the next person has something to find.
Yeah. I didn't know if this one was going to be big enough to have items or not, so I brought some small tokens. I always carry a few things in the car for finding geocaches, and this is just what I brought. Literally, your tokens can be anything. Random stuff. I have found McDonald's Happy Meal toys in there. I have found like confetti and thimbles and pins and all sorts of things.
Gemstones.
Gemstones, plastic tokens, anything.
And if you're lucky, money.
Yeah, there have been some times where I found a dollar bill or two, and there have been stories of people who have found hundreds of dollars. There actually are people who literally hide treasures. There have been cases of people literally hiding $100,000 in a geocache. Of course, much harder to find than this one was. But there are people who will literally hide large amounts of money or expensive treasures, and whoever finds it first, you get to keep it. That's very rare, but it has happened in the past. Usually it's just like this one. You sign a logbook, you log it online, and that's it.
So you really just do it for the fun.
Yeah, it is fun, and that's what we like. So, where we've come is, if I can turn properly, we are at Cumberland Falls Resort Park. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'll get some film footage of everything. And where we're going is Cumberland Falls. You'll see that in just a minute. So, y'all wanna know what an EarthCache is? An EarthCache is things like this. Cumberland Falls. It is the second largest waterfall in the U.S. It is super cool, and it makes a moonbow, which is when on full moon nights the moon shines through the mist coming off the falls and makes a silver, sort of like a rainbow, but you can't see the colors in it unless you use a long exposure on your camera. But they are gorgeous, and this is the only place in the northern hemisphere that they're actually predictable. Other waterfalls make them, but they're not predictable. Cumberland Falls makes a moonbow every single full moon when you can see the moon, and it's gorgeous. I'll post some pictures in there so you can see what they look like. But this is why this is an EarthCache. Alright y'all, it's been a very long day. I am tired. But that is what geocaching is. And so we got to come out here to the falls. I'm going to do a full video about the falls themselves eventually, because as you can tell, I love this place. And I'm really glad that it's an EarthCache, because that encourages people to come out here and explore the falls and see things they maybe wouldn't see otherwise. So do some geocaching, see what you can find, see if there's EarthCaches near you for natural attractions that you may not know even exist. There is one that I found that is nearby here that is for an Earth attraction that I've never known was there, so I'm gonna go check it out eventually too. So you guys can do that, find stuff other people have left for you, and it's a lot of fun. Until my next video, have fun, stay safe. See you later.